So two examples come to mind when asked this question of why doesn't God make everyone a Christian if he really wants all people to be in relationship with him? Now, what's interesting is my students asked this question, but I also heard this objection on a recent debate with Justin Brierley from the Unbelievable radio show, where the atheist presented this idea that Christians have a wide range of beliefs, and everyone in the world has a wide range of beliefs. If God is all-powerful, all-knowing, and loving, and wants everyone to know the most important message ever, that Jesus died and rose from the dead for their sins, why couldn't he communicate it in a way that everyone freely understands? Well, let me give you my two scenarios that I gave my students to help think about this issue. And I'd be curious to see if you have other scenarios that you can think of or other examples. The first one is this. Let's say, guys, I'm a guy, talk to guys. Let's say, guys, you are in love with a girl and she doesn't like you back. And you have the ability to tap a button on her shoulder, you just touch her, and she turns around. Now, all of a sudden, she wants a relationship with you. She desires to marry you. Would you want to do that? Now, my student said, no, it's not real, it's not genuine, that's not love. I would know that she doesn't actually love me, that it's just I overrode her freedom, and I think that's true. Right? If I go into computer engineering and robotics and I design a robot that loves me, that is very different than someone actually choosing to love me. So I think one way that God could get everyone to believe is to override their free will, to design them and create them in a way where they are just Christians. But then that's not the loving, compassionate, freely entered into relationship that God desires for us. And as my students described it, that's cheap, that's imitation, that's not real, it's not genuine. God desires that genuine relationship with us. Now the second scenario would be, guys, you like a girl and the girl doesn't like you and you ask her out and you ask her out and you ask her out and she says, no, I like you too. And you're like, I'm in love with you. And she goes, well, I like you too, but only as a friend. And then you say, well, I'm going to get you to like me. And you keep asking her out and you keep asking her out. You show up to her house and you're professing your love to her. And she goes, look, if you truly love me, you would leave me alone, right? We've all kind of heard that. If you truly cared about the things that she wants and she wants you to go, then go. Imagine if the guy in that situation turned around and said, I don't care, I'm going to get you anyways, and the guy kidnapped her, not you, the guy kidnaps her and locks her in his house to never leave again. What would you think about that guy? To me, that's sick, that's twisted. That's what my student said. That guy has serious psychological issues. He needs to be dealt with. Exactly. If that person still has free will, but you overpower them with your force them into your presence when they don't want to be in your presence, then that is wrong. That's kidnapping. That's terrible in itself. And so to me, that is a response from God. If God is pursuing people and they say, I don't want you, God, for him to go, well, I don't care what you want, you're coming with me, then that also makes God evil. And so I think keeping free will intact and God remaining good, where he has freely offered the gift of salvation to all people, that those who want to believe in him will confess that Jesus Christ is Lord and submit their lives to him. And those that do not want him, that want separation from him, he allows for them to be separated from him, I think keeps the free will intact, which is valuable, and also keeps God being a loving and good being, that he is offering this free gift of salvation to all people. So I think the free will is the right answer, but I think that those two scenarios of either taking away free will or overpowering it, saying, I don't care what you want, you're coming with me, would make God either evil or not make that loving relationship genuine. And so that, to me, are the two things that come to my mind as to why God, even though he's all good, all powerful, and all knowing, and all loving, and desires for all people to be in that relationship with him, is allowing people to freely choose to reject him and have the life that they want to have.